So, I was somewhat surprised when the woman had followed me into what was clearly a confined space, but I think curiosity got the better of her. After all, one typically doesn't end up with anything resembling a friendly native offering you food when you're a dangerous soldier from the far reaches of the cosmos. Yes, please stop laughing, Harry. Anyways, so, this woman was just standing in the doorway and staring as I go about making what is clearly a pizza. Now, I kind of wish she'd all done some research on humanity, because I'm pretty sure she thought I was doing some sort of product-based sorcery. Given how she was shocked when the dough got spun in the air and slapped out properly. Given her size and likely weight, I decided an extra large would work best. Now, I know you gals' diet doesn't consist of very many vegetables, but when I started making the food, it was a supreme. Oh, everyone knows what that is, but I guess I'll state it for the record. The vegetables are green peppers, olives, onions, tomatoes, mushrooms, and spinach. Meat includes hamburger, hamburger? As you all would know, it's because God forbid you people actually call it a native thing. Processed bovine flesh. Anyways, fiddlesticks, let's just say it's a supreme and be done with it. Now, as far as I'm aware, I didn't think this meant much. I'm a food preparer. I prepare food. Simple as that, right? I guess this woman assumed I was hitting on her because, well, the look on her face was downright salacious at this point. Thankfully, she had enough decorum to at least not do anything. Probably because she couldn't fit in the kitchen. You know how we squirrel away in places, which was, admittedly, very funny. Now, I was chatting away at her as if she could understand me, because I doubted she could, and it amused me greatly to see the confusion on her face as she tried to at least praise the vocal emotion I had in my voice. It was cute, honestly, like watching a dog or a cat try to understand you making noises at it. Oh, I shouldn't compare? Nah, it's funnier that way. As it stands though, about 10 or so minutes go by and I'm able to get a pizza out of the oven. Now, I don't know how you gals do things, but she seemed surprised when I brought out an enormous spatula to recover the pizza from its tray. Yes, it's called a pizza peel. Yes, she thought it was a weapon. No, she's not at fault for almost shooting me. Yeah, I found out you guys had lasers that way. So, yeah, I pulled this pizza peel from the oven to settle it up. And clearly this startled her enough to make the reaction of pulling her sidearm up automatically. Thankfully, even overweight, slow, and a bit dull in the morning, I still have a lot faster reaction times than most of you people. And that pizza peel was a noble sacrifice for keeping my face and head safe. Well, sort of. I think the weapon wasn't set to kill, but man oh man, that would have hurt considering what it did to the peel. That said, of course, I admonished her foolishness in a respective manner. Day of the invasion. Pacholio's Pizza. Kitchen. 10:35 a.m. What in the fuck? Why would you try to shoot me, you daft tit? Are you crazy? Jesus fucking Christ, you're a mad woman. The males? Yes, the male's voice was almost high-pitched and in a panicked state of affairs, his tone clearly accusatory as he stared at him in a bit of annoyed flustered. Sure, she'd overreacted, but come on. While adorable, it's clear this person didn't fear her at all and was making food for her. She thinks. Goddess, she hoped so. Rilke had to skip breakfast today because she woke up just a bit later than normal and took a bit too long in the bathroom. Whatever this little guy was making, it smelled good and looked just as delectable. Interrogation room, 37D, mayoral office, annex, 1:10 p.m. So, Jack smiled at this point in the story. That's how I found out you ladies are moderately lactose intolerant. Harriet just stared at him, her golden eyes showing worry as her eyebrows knit in confusion. She didn't know what lactose intolerance was. The stuff just wasn't a thing. At all. Different organic systems for different chains of protein and all that. Standard school stuff. So, she just worked her job before sighing and placing her face in her hands. So, when you said a great weakness talking to Mr. Garcia, you meant that? Jack had the gall to cheekily grin at her. Why, of course. If you're all too busy being in the bathroom, y'all can't fight, right? The level of sarcasm one can put into her language is usually limited for non-native speakers. Jack, however, was giving some native speakers a run for their damn money. Mr. Garcia, however, was all but howling in rage of frustration, since, clearly, that wasn't at all what he'd wanted to hear. A great weakness in the same sense that it's just an inconvenience. Hareen had a sinking feeling about the rest of the story.